All right, so this is going to be Salt Lake City Housewives recap, season 5, episode 12, Mazel Meredith. And we're pretty much, this whole episode is going to be the bar mitzvah party ceremony situation. You know, everybody's getting ready, getting dressed. We do get to see Meredith's family because she invited everybody out, her mom, her sisters, things of that nature. We see her older son. His name is Reed. So I always thought, because I'm like, I knew she had 3. I could have swore she said she had 3, but we only saw the 2. But there is one more. He's just a little, I guess camera shy. But he don't even live in Salt Lake City, so, everybody's arriving once the party is, gets started and things like that. We see Heather. She's one of the first people to get there. Look, drinking some espresso martinis. I'm like, well, girl, she know that she had a bad experience the last time. But she said, you know what? It's been some time. I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this one. So hopefully it don't get to her, which I think it didn't. It got to some other people. Okay. So we're going to get to that. Mary... We saw Mary because they were like, is Mary coming? Because we wasn't too sure of how her and Meredith left off last episode. Wasn't too, they're not in the best places, right? So Angie's like, well, I did talk to her, which we see a little flashback at Mary's house where she just said that she herself wasn't sure if she should show up or not because she just got a lot going on with Robert Jr. and she starts to cry because she ain't told the ladies yet, right? This is before they even know what's going on. So Andy was like, okay, well, whenever you're ready, let me know. And Mary was like, okay, I got this, but I'm going to think about it. So pretty much before the arguments start, everybody's kind of I guess setting it up, should we, so to speak, because we got Bronwyn and Brittany. So now remember, they wasn't real cool at first because they had a little fashion mishap understanding, right? So, but for some reason, since they both are a little bit upset with Angie, that weird trauma bonding or beef bonding, should we call it? I'm gonna call it beef bonding because ain't no trauma happening, but this is beef bonding, okay? They cool for right now. So they bring it up like, well, yeah, I don't like how Angie was calling me a slut and stuff like this, like saying I slept with 10 guys or whatnot. Like, that's not me. And then Brown was like, yeah, and then she kept telling me to shut the up, like all the time. Like, you're not going to be disrespecting me telling me to shut the up. So they sitting there, and like I said, people, they're drinking. They're drinking. This is before the ceremony starts because, it's a, a party, the little preview, you show up with a little charcuterie, a little wine, and then the main event starts or whatever, right? So the event starts. Meredith pulls up in a sleigh, like a horse and buggy sleigh, like it was. I mean, it is Christmas time now, currently, but back then, I don't even know what month they actually filmed this episode in, but yeah, a sleigh. But we know Utah, where they live at, it's just snow all the time in the mountains. I don't know. I'll be like, what kind of summer do they have? Like, is it hot? Does the snow melt? Like, what? For some reason, we haven't really seen that part. So I did write Meredith's mom looks nice. We got to see her. They kind of look alike, actually. And I was kind of feeling Meredith's fur fit in her confessional. I don't know if y'all peeped that. It was like a dress, kind of haltered around the neck, but it was fur. So I can't see the bottom, but I don't know, Meredith. I kind of feeling the top. I think I'm kind of feeling it because a fur dress. Interesting. So as the people were gathering inside of the building to start the said bar mitzvah ceremony, I did write that the people was looking a little funeral-ish because I was like, I'm just looking at everybody's outfits and I'm like, for a bar mitzvah, I know it's for grown-ups, but still, yeah, I was looking a little funeral-ish. So whatever. Mary did show up. She showed up late, so the ceremony was going on. Pretty much we get close to the end where somebody was putting away the Torah or whatever, and Meredith, I'm thinking like the Uber must have dropped her off on the wrong side of the building, and and the windows had that blackout situation. So she's going around peeking, like, ooh, is there people in there? Where's the door? And they can see her, like, oh my God, that's Mary, that's Mary. But nobody thought, well, let me go out there real quick and grab the lady. Like, goodness gracious. So Mary and Meredith do talk it out, right? Pretty, I mean, quick and easy conversation. Like, I know it's Meredith's party and things like that. Mary showed up because she did get an invitation. Um, and they just kind of was like, well, you know what? I never had to kick nobody out my house, basically. And, like, we friends. So how we get here? And I don't like that we're here at this little breakup situation that we got going on, because, she is going through some things and she's going to need some people to lean on. And Meredith, I guess technically we never really knew how close their friendship was, but apparently they actually were pretty close. And they hug it out, drink it out. Cool. Okay, so this is kind of where these little, we'll call them little fires start, okay? Because every episode, the ladies are still upset about what they talked about on the last episode. Like, they pretty much ain't over said issues, right? So Angie and, what's her name, Bronwyn, they like, okay, well, how you doing? You look cute, woody whoop. So I can't remember who said what first. Was it Bronwyn said, well, I'm looking for an apology. You came to apologize? Is that what you're doing? And she was like, well, I came because I was looking for an apology from you. And Bronwyn was like, well, how sweat? You know what I'm saying? Like, you the one that told me to shut the up like multiple times, and I'm not feeling it. And I feel disrespected, and I just want you, I'm a grown woman. I don't think this is how we should talk to each other, basically, right? And Angie's like, well, you use all types of languages, so how would shut the up be so bad to say when you be talking about dick and riding and, all types of sexually explicit words and said and such. But shut the up is where you draw the line, so to speak. So they kind of arguing about that, going back and forth, back and forth. Brahman, of course, is getting heated because Angie's like, well, you also said that Brittany was slutty. So why would you say some, wait, said that? Bronwyn said that to Angie, right? That you also said that Brittany was slutty or something like that. And you was coming for, and Angie's like, well, you was coming for Brittany's relationship, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what Howard said. You came up for Brittany's relationship. Well, you said that she was a slut because she was sleeping with all these guys. And whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. But when that language word started to come out, I think Todd, this is where he was getting closer. And he kind of just stepped up and was like, oh, hey, guys, whatever. He was trying to smooth it over. Like his wife was in distress. Which I don't know why Bronwyn didn't see that in him. For her, she took it as an offense. Like, well, dang, you're taking her side. You're supposed to be taking my side, because he tried to smooth it over by offering like, oh, it's drink time. It's time for another drink. Let's hit the bar. You want a drink, Angie? You know what I'm saying? So Bronwyn was like, really? How you going to say that to her? And I'm sitting there arguing with her like, now I'm the bad guy and you the good guy and this and that. Like, you're supposed to take up for me. So they sitting at the bar kind of going tit for tat a little bit, trying to hug together at the same time. Because remember, we had a party and all these people is here, including like Meredith's family and everything. Like, so we're going to try to still keep it cute, but so, they pulled together. She pat her little tears. And Todd said, all right, I was just, trying to help you out a little bit, but I didn't know you was going to take it that way. So let me exit stage left. So this is where we roll around to Lisa versus Whitney, okay? And, Heather was actually cool this whole episode, like I said. The martinis didn't get to her. Maybe she didn't have as much. Or, maybe she switched them up a little bit or spaced them out. Versus the other ladies who was just sucking them down. And I noticed what was starting these arguments because they was feeling themselves just a little bit. So Whitney talking to Heather, trying to smooth out whatever Bronwyn said about her. Like, girl, what I forget what she said, but we already know their relationship. Like, they be fighting and stuff, but technically, since they found out that they're family and all those type things, you really don't not talk to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can argue and do this, but technically, I'm still call you the next day or whatever. Like, girl, what's up? And it's gonna be over. So they got that type of relationship. So of course Heather agreed with her, like, I'm cool with you. Obviously not that cool with Bronwyn, so I'm gonna take your side. Heather's pretty easy when it comes to like that, right? So Lisa's right there listening in, and she's like, well, no, because Bronwyn be twisting all these words, and that's why, well, no, Whitney says that Bronwyn is the one that's twisting all the words, because you gotta get the voices right. Whitney's is the one like this. She's twisting everything to make it look like I was doing something mean and malicious to Heather when I wasn't. And Lisa's like, well, you're a liar. Of course she don't believe nothing she says, because they got beef between that podcast situation about what she said, and she being the villain and whatnot. So Lisa's like, well, you're the liar and this and this and that. And I'm like, kind of like Heather in the situation, just looking and sipping, because what is going on? Like, it's a rehashing of all this stuff, because they're all still mad about it, right? So of course, Lisa's like, yeah, you're just making things up. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. This rolls back into another argument with Angie, because she gets pulled into it, right? So when Angie gets pulled into it, Brittany gets pulled into it. And this right here is where we get to the slutty issue. Because am I a slut? Am I not a slut? You said I was slutty. So Angie's like, well, I didn't say you was slutty, but you got some slutty hair. And they're like, what? My hair is slutty? Yep. Your hair, your shoes, your outfit, it's all slutty. It reads multiple bodies, okay? And Brittany's like, oh, heck, I ain't got no multiple bodies. Don't be coming for me like that. So, they don't talk like this, because, they ain't black. But translating. Yeah, you, right, I ain't got no bodies like that. That's what you think I am. I look cheap and like that, like I'm a cheap whore or something. And she's like, yep, that's what you look like, because look at me. Look at me in my Versace cute hair did by Sean. So like, I'm sorry, I don't know if her husband doing her hair or not. I mean, he probably do. But anyway, look at my outfit. Look at the body. Catch these T's, mother, okay? I don't give off whore. And this makes Brittany upset to where she's crying, like, oh my God, I want to leave. She said I look like a slut. How dare she? I never told her I won't sleep with 10 men and this and this and that. I didn't say she slept with 10 men. I was just saying, because you said you had like 3 boyfriends or whatever. So I was like, really? So Brittany's trying to smooth it over with Angie a little bit, like, she's crying. You made her cry. And she's like, really? I just said she has slutty hair. I'm hair shaming her. I'm not slut shaming her. So this is where I wrote the drinks are hitting, okay? Because Meredith, boop, 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 she been cool this whole time. It's been her party or whatnot. So she ain't been bothered, should I say. She been with her husband. She been with her family. She been with her kids. But since somehow this fight done snowballed and rolled up around her corner, so she steps up and like, yeah, Angie, why y'all talking about the slut thing? Yeah, because you always bringing up some stuff like that, calling people sluts and whores. You shouldn't even be here. I don't even know why you here. And she said, Angie, like, because you invited me. And Meredith's like, oh yeah, okay, I invited you. Kenya more time. Look, I'm about to Kenya more you, okay? Security. She called security on her. And she had security at the party for real. It was 3 dudes. Big buff, kind of crew, okay? But anyway, I need you to escort her out. She needs to go. She needs to go. So of course Angie offended, like, for real, you're gonna put me out? Like, how dare you? This and that. I can leave. Don't touch me, guys. I only weigh 100 pounds. What you gonna do? I can walk out myself. I'm surprised she didn't do a look. She ain't pull a Lisa. John, where's John? You know what I'm saying? Where's Sean? But Sean was right there anyway. And he quiet, he didn't pipe up or nothing. He was respectful. And they go outside because, of course she's getting kicked out. And Meredith, that was her big one. So she feeling herself. Like I said, the drinks were hitting at this point. Mary, Heather, y'all got off scot-free on this episode. Well, nobody bothering y'all. Well, nobody stunting y'all. Y'all was cool. Y'all just got to kick back and eat and keep on drinking the drinks because there was no beef between y'all, which hopefully will work out later because, Lisa goes out there and was trying to catch Angie out the door like, oh gosh, this is crazy. I can't believe she did that. You shouldn't leave. Ooh. We got to talk about this and figure this out. So, and in her confessional, Lisa's like, well, Angie, she do bring up a lot of stuff that people do to her. But what about her accountability and what is she doing? Which a lot of the other ladies were bringing up throughout the episode. Like, yeah, we kind of noticed that Angie been barking a lot. Like, Angie the one that's bringing up, telling people to shut the F up, calling out slutty hair at this point. You know what I'm saying? Pushing chairs back. She threw a little handkerchief when she was outside. Get what I'm saying? So, like, we letting her get away with all this and nobody's stopping her. So, at this point, I think Angie needs to be stopped. You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of like the way Angie handles things because she do be getting at them and nobody never do be saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they just now noticing that, but it's something I do like about her. She be standing in her boots. You know what I'm saying? Greek jersey, wherever she from, girl. She ain't no Salt City blood, ain't no Salt Lake City blood up in here. It's somewhere else. But anyway, yeah, and that's pretty much the end of this episode. She leaves, and Lisa was like, well, I mean, she was just walking around the park at this point, like she was just cool, even though she had that little twist between Whitney for that little second. But she was like, okay, I got us a little plan. I got us a trip coming up. We're going to get out. And I know they all beefing now. But when we get to Porto, wherever we go, we're going to fix this. And we're going to do our girls thing and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. But we all know how it's going to go. Somebody going to say something and as long as they don't go to Porto, whatever, jail, then they good, right? So, this was Salt Lake City, good episode. Season 5, episode 11 or something like that. So, thank you for listening. It actually wasn't this long because I was wasn't watching it a little bit, but I watched it enough to get what we had to get out of it, which was these little tis for tat beats that they always going through. And hopefully they can get over it because I'm a little bit over it. We don't need to be arguing about no wine. Oh, yeah, they brought that up too, the Angie versus the drinking and the wine thing versus Brittany. Like, girl, that it. All right. But anyway, I'll see y'all later and peace out. Thank you for watching.